Things everyone pretends to understand but actually don't. Ever felt like you're nodding along, pretending to understand something only to realize you have no clue? Let's dive into the things everyone pretends to understand but secretly don't. Let's get right into it. Number 7. Quantum physics. Let's talk about something that everyone pretends to get but definitely doesn't. Quantum physics. You've heard the term, you've seen it in movies, maybe even read an article or two that used a bunch of confusing words like quantum entanglement or superposition. You nod along like, sure, yeah, totally get it. It's like magic, but for science. No, my friend, it's not. Quantum physics is the opposite of what you understand. Let's break it down. Imagine an electron is a tiny little particle that's also somehow a wave. Now, imagine that same electron can be in two places at once, and when you look at it, it chooses one location. It's like if you saw your friend in two places at the same time, but the moment you looked away, they were suddenly standing right in front of you, and you're like, okay, cool, I guess? This paradoxical behavior is what blows everyone's minds. But here's the truth. No one really understands it. The scientists studying it, they're still baffled. So next time someone tries to explain quantum physics to you like it's some simple concept, just smile and say, ah yes, superposition and wave-particle duality. I totally get it. And walk away. Because let's be real, we're all just nodding along pretending we figured it out. Spoiler alert, we haven't. Number 6. How the internet works. Okay, who actually understands how the internet works? You're probably watching this on a device connected to the internet, but how? The only thing most people know is that Wi-Fi is a thing, and when it doesn't work, it's always the router's fault. But what's actually happening behind the scenes? Nothing magical, right? It's all just a bunch of data being sent through cables, satellites, and possibly your neighbor's cat, who's just chilling on the Wi-Fi network. Here's the truth. The internet is just one giant, complicated web of servers, routers, and protocols. When you send an email, it's not just flying through the air like a magic envelope. Oh no, it goes through tons of servers, hopping around, trying to get to its destination. It's like a digital postal service with an identity crisis. But most of us have accepted it, and when something goes wrong, we just shrug and reboot the router. We don't really understand how it all works, but that's okay. As long as you can Google how to fix your Wi-Fi and check your social media, you're good, right? Yeah, you're just pretending to understand it, and so am I. Number 5. Artificial intelligence, AI. AI, the buzzword of the century. We throw it around like we all know what it means. Oh, AI is going to revolutionize everything, we say, while secretly hoping our robot overlords will be kind to us. But let's be honest, how many of us actually understand AI? Sure, we know it's the thing that powers smart assistants, self-driving cars, and Netflix recommendations, which, by the way, are way too good. How do they know me so well? But when it comes down to how these AIs actually learn and think, most of us are clueless. You've heard of machine learning, right? That's when AI learns from data, gets smarter, and makes predictions. But here's the kicker. It's not thinking in the way we think. AI doesn't sit down and have deep philosophical thoughts. It's more like that friend who watches 100 hours of YouTube tutorials and suddenly thinks they know everything. You can't ask AI what it feels about a problem. It doesn't feel anything. It just crunches numbers and follows instructions. And frankly, if you try to dig deeper into how AI works, you'll probably fall into a black hole of data sets, neural networks, and code that no one outside of MIT can really explain without sounding like they're making it up. But don't worry, you can still feel confident saying, I get AI, even though we both know you really don't. Number 4. Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency. Everyone's favorite digital money that apparently isn't real money. You've heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and that one friend who's constantly talking about Dogecoin like it's the next big thing. People are acting like the future of finance is all about buying nothing with something, and the whole thing is based on something called blockchain. And let's be real, do you actually understand blockchain? Nope, not even a little bit. Here's the deal. Cryptocurrency is based on the idea of decentralization, meaning there's no central authority, like a bank, overseeing your transactions. But beyond that, it gets a little fuzzy. Blockchain, which is the technology behind crypto, is like a magical ledger of transactions that's supposed to be tamper-proof. So, theoretically, your money is safe. But how? Nobody really knows. And every time you try to dive into the nitty-gritty of how cryptocurrencies are mined or how prices fluctuate, your brain turns into scrambled eggs. You get a vague sense that it's all powered by trustless systems and mining rigs. But let's face it, none of us truly understand how this digital treasure chest works. But hey, if you throw around terms like blockchain and decentralized finance, people will think you know what you're talking about. Welcome to the modern world of pretending to understand things while just nodding and hoping no one asks you a follow-up question. Number 3. The stock market. The stock market. The place where people either make or lose their life savings in what seems like an endless game of chance. You've probably heard someone confidently declare, "I'm buying Apple stocks," or "I'm all in on Tesla," and you nod along thinking, sure, that sounds like a smart thing to do. But do you actually understand the stock market? No, not really. And that's totally okay. You don't need to. Here's the thing. Stock market prices fluctuate like a roller coaster, and they often do so for reasons that make zero sense to the average person. You could own shares in a company that's clearly performing well, and then watch the stock price dip because some celebrity posted a meme about it. Or you could invest in a company that looks like it's going under, only for the stock to skyrocket because a cat video went viral. The truth is, the stock market is part science, part gambling, and mostly guesswork. It's all about timing, but good luck trying to predict when. Every time you think you've nailed the pattern, the market throws a curveball that leaves you scratching your head. You don't really understand why the market behaves this way. No one does. So, you do what we all do. Buy low, sell high, cross your fingers, and hope for the best. Number 2, nutrition advice. You know what's really fun? Eating. You know what's confusing? Nutrition advice. You've heard it a million times. Carbs are bad, carbs are good, sugar is the enemy, and so is fat. But don't forget about omega-3s. One year, coffee is the worst thing you could put in your body, and the next, it's a miracle drink that'll cure everything from your bad mood to your bad skin. It's exhausting. Here's the real kicker. Nutrition science is a constantly shifting landscape, full of new studies, contradictory advice, and a never-ending cycle of fads. One day, kale is the king of vegetables, and the next, it's suddenly a health disaster because it has too many oxalates. And don't even get me started on the new superfood that's going to change your life. Avocados? Yes, please. But wait, now they're high in fat, so maybe not. So you do what everyone else does. Follow whatever the latest nutrition expert says on Instagram, hope it's the right advice, and keep eating your avocado toast until they tell you it's bad again. The thing is, everyone has a different opinion, and while you might pretend to understand what's going on with your nutrition, the truth is, you probably don't. No one does. So just enjoy your food and hope it doesn't turn into a trendy villain tomorrow. Number 1. The human brain. The human brain, arguably the most complicated and mysterious object in existence. You use it every day, but let's face it, you don't understand it. You've probably heard the terms neural networks, synapses, and neuroplasticity, and thought, sure, sounds like science stuff. But when it comes down to what's really going on inside your skull, it's pure chaos. Your brain has trillions of neurons firing in all directions, connecting, disconnecting, and constantly rewiring itself as it processes every thought, action, and memory. You can't even feel the work happening, but it's there, keeping you alive, making decisions, and sometimes forgetting where you put your keys. Here's the thing. The brain is basically a massive network of electrical signals and chemicals that somehow work together to create everything you experience. Thoughts? Those are just electrical impulses. Emotions? A cocktail of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. But if someone tried to explain how it all fits together, they'd probably lose you within 30 seconds. The brain is so complex that even the best neuroscientists can't agree on exactly how it works. You can pretend to understand the brain because it sounds impressive to talk about your hippocampus or how your amygdala is responsible for fear. But when it comes down to it, we're all just guessing. So, when someone brings up the mysteries of the brain at a party, nod, smile, and mentally thank your brain for making you seem smarter than you actually are. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.